The Yu Menglong case has taken a dramatic and unexpected turn that few saw coming. Just when public attention seemed to be drifting, a single development jolted the entire narrative back into the spotlight. His longtime manager has reportedly surrendered to authorities. The move instantly reignited speculation, fear, and curiosity, transforming what many thought was a fading controversy into one of the most talked-about entertainment scandals again. For weeks, the case surrounding Yu Menglong had existed in a strange limbo. Online discussions were quieter, fan communities were divided between fierce defense and uneasy silence, and critics claimed that too many questions remained unanswered. Then, without warning, news began circulating that the manager, an individual who had stayed conspicuously out of view since the earliest rumors, had turned himself in. The timing alone raised eyebrows. Why now? And why voluntarily? According to reports spreading rapidly across Chinese social platforms, the manager appeared before authorities late at night, accompanied by legal counsel. No official statement has yet clarified the exact charges or scope of the surrender, but insiders claim it is linked directly to unresolved elements of the Yu Menglong case that had previously been brushed aside as misunderstandings or private matters. That vagueness only added fuel to the fire. In scandals like this, silence often speaks louder than denial. What makes this moment so shocking is the manager's central role in Yu Menglong's career. For years, he was more than a business handler. He was described as a gatekeeper, fixer, and shield between the actor and the outside world. If authorities are now questioning him, many believe it suggests that crucial information may have been deliberately withheld or controlled from the public. Fans began asking a chilling question almost immediately. Was the manager protecting Yu Menglong or protecting himself? Social media reaction was instant and explosive. Some fans expressed heartbreak, insisting that a manager's actions should never be used to judge an artist. Others were less forgiving, arguing that a surrender implies knowledge of wrongdoing that goes beyond routine management duties. Hashtags related to the case shot back into trending lists, with many users pointing out that this development contradicts earlier claims that there was nothing to investigate. Industry insiders have also started to speak carefully. Anonymous entertainment reporters suggested that the surrender may be part of a broader legal strategy, possibly aimed at reducing liability or clarifying responsibility. In Chinese legal culture, voluntary surrender can sometimes signal cooperation, but it can also indicate that evidence is too strong to ignore. Either interpretation is unsettling for those who hope the case would quietly disappear. Adding to the tension is the complete silence from Yu Menglong himself. Since the news broke, there has been no personal statement, no clarification, and no reassurance to fans. That absence has been interpreted in wildly different ways. Supporters argue he's following legal advice, while skeptics see it as a sign that the situation is far more serious than previously admitted. In celebrity scandals, silence often becomes a canvas onto which the public projects its worst fears. Brands and production companies are reportedly watching closely. Although no new endorsements have been officially withdrawn since the surrender news, entertainment analysts note that several projects connected to Yu Menglong have gone unusually quiet. Schedules remain under review, and promotional activities appear stalled. This kind of industry hesitation often signals uncertainty behind closed doors, even when public statements remain neutral. Perhaps the most haunting aspect of this development is how it reframes earlier moments in the case. Clips, photos, and past explanations are now being re-examined with fresh suspicion. Scenes once dismissed as harmless are being scrutinized for hidden context. Statements that sounded confident before now feel fragile. The manager's surrender has, in effect, reopened every unresolved thread, forcing the public to reconsider what they thought they understood. Yet it is important to note that a surrender is not a verdict. No court has declared Yu Menglong guilty of any crime, and no official ruling has been released connecting him directly to wrongdoing. The danger, however, lies in perception. In the court of public opinion, developments like this can be devastating, regardless of legal outcomes. Careers have collapsed on far less. As the case enters this new phase, one thing is certain, is no longer fading. The surrender has transformed the story from a slow-burn controversy into a high-stakes drama with real legal consequences. Whether this moment ultimately clears lingering doubts or deepens the shadows around Yu Menglong will depend on what emerges next, facts, not rumors. For now, fans, critics, and the entire entertainment industry are holding their breath. A single act of surrender has changed everything, and the truth, whatever it may be, feels closer than ever, yet still painfully out of reach. As the shock of the manager's surrender continues to ripple through the industry, the atmosphere around the Yu Menglong case has begun to feel eerily familiar to longtime K-drama gossip followers. This is the stage where stories stop being controlled and start leaking. And leaks, as fans know too well, rarely favor silence. Whispers from behind the scenes suggest that this surrender may only be the first crack in a wall that has held for far too long. Entertainment bloggers claim that investigators are now revisiting timelines, deleted messages, and closed-door meetings that were previously dismissed as routine business dealings. Suddenly, people who once refused to talk are unreachable, and others are reportedly seeking legal advice of their own. In K-drama scandals, this pattern usually means one thing: the truth is no longer comfortable for those involved. What's fueling even more speculation is the sudden resurfacing of old footage and photos. Clips that barely drew attention months ago are now being shared with captions like, "Did we miss this?" and "This hits differently now." Fans are dissecting body language, expressions, and background details with forensic intensity. It's the classic gossip cycle. Once trust is broken, every past moment becomes suspicious. Insiders also hint that tensions within Yu Menglong's former management circle are rising. Some staff members are said to feel betrayed, believing they were kept in the dark while being used as shields. Others allegedly fear that the manager's cooperation could redirect blame in unexpected directions. In K-drama history, when managers start talking, idols rarely come out untouched, even if they're legally cleared. Meanwhile, fan communities are fracturing. Loyal supporters are organizing online defenses, urging everyone to wait for official conclusions and warning against rumor-driven witch hunts. On the other side, former fans are expressing anger, saying they feel emotionally manipulated. This emotional divide is becoming one of the most intense aspects of the case, proving once again that celebrity scandals don't just destroy careers, they tear communities apart. The industry's silence is growing louder. Directors, co-stars, and brands who once praised Yu Menglong are suddenly careful with their words. No strong statements, no public support, just carefully neutral phrases. For K-drama watchers, this is a red flag moment, the calm before either redemption or total fallout. And here's where things get even more intriguing. Gossip accounts claim another reveal is imminent. Whether it's a statement, a document, or a testimony, many believe the surrender has triggered a countdown. The question is no longer if more information will surface, but who will be exposed when it does. If you think this story is over, think again. This is the phase where narratives shift, alliances break, and shocking truths tend to emerge when least expected. Stay alert, stay critical, and don't believe everything at first glance. If you want real-time updates, deep dives, and uncensored K-drama gossip as this case unfolds, make sure you're following closely, turning on notifications, and joining the conversation. Because in scandals like this, the next twist is always closer than it seems, and you won't want to miss it.